Hey guys, 2 videos later and I finally got it done. I have got the full face tutorial just using this one Tarte palette. So if you want to get this natural look, just keep watching. Hey everybody, I'm Mandy. For those of you who are new and just now joining, thank you. And subscribe before you leave and join the Glow Tarte family. We would love to have you. Alright guys, now I've been trying to put this video out. I've already done it one time and I ended up losing that footage. So here we are again and I've done it again, the same look. The only thing different is the lipstick, which there's no lipstick in this palette, so I didn't have to worry about that. But we done a full face, everything powder on our face. I done using the Clay Play Face Shaping Palette by Tarte. Tell you, this is one of my favorite palettes. It's got everything that you need in it. It's got your contour, it's got your bronzer, it's even got a terracotta shade, which, by the way, that is the name of that shade that you can use for a blush. I have done my eyebrows with it and everything. And I think this is the most natural look that I've ever seen in one palette. And I think it is beautiful. I think it's gorgeous. And I also think that this is very beginner friendly. This one palette, if I were traveling somewhere and needed all this stuff, instead of lugging everything around, this would definitely be one of the things that I would take with me because it's sort of an all-in-one palette. And it is so easy to work with. And they are blendable. The highlighter shade, there's only one highlighter shimmer shade in this palette. And it didn't quite work for my skin tone. It is perfect for that natural look. It sort of gives you a glow from within, but I am a highlight junkie. I want my highlight where you can see it from space. So that would be the only thing that I would change. It comes with this little book and it gives you 3 different looks that you can do. So this is another reason I think it is very beginner friendly. I think it is just a fantastic all-in-one palette. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into the tutorial. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started. And for some strange reason, I started with my contour, but I do fix it and I end up putting my highlight setting powder under my eyes and everywhere I want to brighten right after this. But for the contour, I am mixing Timber and Desert together. Desert is the perfect shade for it, but I kind of wanted to use that for a bronzer today, so I did mix that with a darker shade in the palette, Timber, for my contour. And I think it turned out good. I mean, it does have cool tones in it, so it did make that perfect shadow. And now we're just contouring our nose, and I will have a nose contour tutorial coming out, or at least the way that I contour my nose. Everybody's nose is different and they all want it to look different, so it really depends on how you want it to look. That's the way you're going to contour your nose, and this is the way that I do mine. And I also do my upper lip. I do the 3 lines above the lip because it just gives your pout that it makes it look a lot bigger, your upper lip. And if you could tell, mine is very small. Okay, now to brighten my under eyes, I'm using Solstice. This is the lightest shade in the palette. It's a gorgeous shade, and I am planning to do a lot more highlighting up under my eyes with it. Now we're just blending in our contour. Usually when I contour, I place the contour first and then I'll blend it out. So that's why I'm just now blending it. Like I said, I forgot to do the under eye highlight and stuff. I usually do that before contour and then I'll do this. But yeah, I will place my contour and then blend it out. I find that to be easier. And now I'm just blending out the contour on my nose. And I don't really press too hard on this. I like that line to be kind of harsh. And not to mention it will rub off your foundation if you do rub it too hard. And also here above the lip. And now I just wanted to sharpen my contour out on my nose and also under my cheekbones. So I did use the shade Solstice again to sharpen out our contour.
And I think this shade is just perfect for highlighting. It is just that perfect ivory shade. And now we're just dusting off that where we put that up under our contour. And now we're bronzing, and like I said, I wanted to use Desert for bronzing, but I did mix a little bit of the terracotta shade in with Desert to bronze, just to warm it up a little bit, because I do like my bronzer a little bit warmer, and I like my contour cool toned. And now for blush, we are just using the terracotta shade. I think this turned out beautiful. It is that nice peachy sunshine shade, and I just love it. And now I'm doing my brows, and I'm taking the eyeshadow shade Dunes, and I think this really done perfect. And I have no brows naturally, so I have to go in with the pencil before. So I did have to use my pencil before, but I always put a powder on top of the pencil, and then usually I'll take a brow gel to set my brows after I put my powder on. But I am using the shade Dunes, and this is one of the eyeshadows in the palette, and I think this is a really good color, and I would really actually use this again for my eyebrows because it was the perfect shade for me. And now I've already put concealer and primer on my eyes, so now I'm just putting the shade Sand over my eyes to kind of just set my concealer and primer. And now we're doing the transition shade. I use the eyeshadow Journey, and this is just a beautiful khaki color. It's just a gorgeous transition shade. It is a really, I'll use really light shades for that. And now we're just highlighting our brow bone, and went in with Solstice again because, like I said, this is the lightest shade. Now to do our crease, I went in with the shade Stone. This is just that, it's a tannish brown. It's a little bit darker than the transition shade. I think it's gorgeous. Now for our outer V, and we're going to focus this on our outer V. It's the shade Smoke that is in the palette. That's an eyeshadow shade. And like I said, we're going to focus this on the outer V. And this is going to be a natural look, so I didn't want to do nothing too loud and crazy. Now for the lid shade, I did use the shade Instinct in the palette. Now this is the highlighter shade, and I think it makes a beautiful eyeshadow, just not a face highlight on my skin tone. And for my lower lash line, I also used the shade Stone. And for the inner highlight, I used Solstice and Instinct. I went in with Instinct first, that's the highlighter shade, and then I put Solstice over top because it wasn't as bright as I wanted it to be. And this is where I'm using Instinct for my face highlight. And as you can see, it shows up just a little bit. And matter of fact, when I do my Cupid's bow, you'll be able to see it a lot better. But like I said, I like my highlight a little bit out there. So I do put 2 coats on my nose and 2 on my lips, and also done 2 on my cheekbones too. And that's it,
guys. Everybody, that's the end of the video, and this is the finished look. I hope it was easy enough for y'all to do. Like I said, this is a more natural look, and I would love to do this look if I'm running out the door. This is a 5-minute look. You're done and finished and out. It is just so gorgeous. I love a good natural look, and using this palette is going to give you just that. So like I said, if you do have the option to get it, I would, but I think it is a good palette to have in your collection. So I would recommend it to those who do want it. So guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel and join the Glow Tart family. We would love to have you, and I will see you next video. Bye.